Hey everybody! We are off tour, but I'm still not back home yet because we are working on more. I figured several people have asked me to explain how I do my hair and stuff, and so I'm gonna do it now before I forget to do it because I've been procrastinating for the past like 2 years. So what I do before I wash my hair is I have these two oils. There's a little controversy about this oil. Some people are saying it doesn't work. I personally feel like it has helped my hair. So I use these two, and then when I'm home I also have a red pimento oil and a jojoba oil that I put in my hair, but those bottles are really big and breakable and I don't want to bring them on tour, so I don't have them with me. So usually I just oil my hair and I let it sit for a while before I wash my hair, and that's just for like scalp health and stuff. It's not a necessary step, but it is a beneficial step. So I'm gonna do that right now. I don't really know 100% what I'm doing. I just kind of wing this, so this just works for me. There's a lot of other like actual helpful videos on hair oiling on YouTube and stuff. If you need like a more in-depth tutorial on how to do it, I would watch those because I'm kind of just doing my own thing on this. Sometimes I'll braid my hair if I'm like leaving it in all day. You're not supposed to leave it in a super long time unless you have more like 3A to 4C curls. If I'm leaving it in for a longer time, I braid my hair, but I'm just gonna run to the store and do some like stuff around the house here to help clean up. So I'm just gonna put my hair in one of these clips after I'm done. But basically, you just take your oil and you split different parts and you just kind of press it and release it on all the different parts of your hair, so that way it's actually getting on your scalp and not sitting just like in your hair. And then after I get all the like oil and stuff in my hair, I like massage it into my scalp because that promotes like hair growth and stuff, but also just allows the oil to sit in your hair and like actually get into your scalp, because like some of it will just sit on top of your hair if you don't do that. When it gets to like the sides and the back of my hair where I can't see, I just kind of like stick it in my hair and squeeze it and release it like that. So that way I know it's like actually going onto my scalp, especially because if I'm wearing my glasses I can't see at all. So I just do this for all the oils that I have. And then I also have one of those silicone scalp massager things that you can use in the shower to like help massage your hair better. And I use that right before I wash my hair. I rub all the oils in, and then I use it when I shampoo my hair. So once this is all like on my scalp and stuff, this oil is supposed to help with like split end treatment. So obviously if you have split ends already, you kind of just have to cut them off. There's no like healing split ends, but this is a preventative. So I just kind of put it on top of my hair like this. So I do rub this into my hair on the ends, so that way it's like a preventative treatment. And then I just kind of do this to help it get into the ends and stuff. Obviously if you have curly hair, you know you don't brush your hair until you wash it and stuff, so you're gonna have a lot of fallout. And I used to be scared of that a lot when I first started actually taking care of my hair, because you will have a lot of hair fallout, but that's just because you don't wash your hair more than like once or twice a week. At least I don't. And then you don't brush your hair until you wash it, and your hair falls out. A couple thousand hairs that fall out every day is because your hair is literally like dead skin cells. So if you're not brushing it out, or if you're having your hair up in like a bun and stuff all day, then the hair is just gonna stay there after it's kind of like shedded and stuff, and it has nowhere to go. So it's gonna seem like a lot more hair is falling out at one time than it is. So don't be scared, because that's not actually happening. And I was very scared about that for a while. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a perfect application either. It can be messy because it's just gonna sit on your hair and you're gonna massage it in anyway. So it doesn't have to be like pristine or anything. And then this, I put it on my ends too because it's rice water. There's the whole trend of rice water shampooing stuff, so I figured this would help somehow. Yeah, I just do this. Rub it in, because when you do this, the blood, like it promotes blood circulation to your scalp, and so the heat on your scalp will help the oils take better and stuff. I'm not a professional. I've just watched a lot of videos. I'm still learning too, so it's gonna look like you have really greasy hair, and if that's not something you're comfortable going out with, that's okay. You can just stay home all day when you do this and be just greasy hair at home. But I have learned that I don't care anymore and I go out looking like a rat sometimes, and that's okay. So I just kind of do this a little more to make sure anything that's on the edges of my hairline and stuff is rubbed into the scalp and hair and stuff. And then usually I just kind of spin it. And then since I'm putting a clip in, I'm just gonna clip it up here, so that way all the hair kind of sits on top of each other. And and just kind of marinates and stuff. This is where we start. You gotta wait and let it sit in your hair for a little bit, marinate like a steak, and then we'll come back. Still in a YouTube video.
I come in here and ask questions and you just record my face?
Ooh, you farted. Okay, it's the next day. And I know I originally said you're not supposed to leave the oil in that long if your hair is not like 3A to 4C curls. But sometimes I'm just doing it because I'm too lazy. And my hair hasn't fallen out yet. And I don't do it all the time. So I'm just hoping that it moisturizes my scalp a little extra. So I'm gonna wash my hair out. I used to use a lot of different products. I've simplified it. I use this one for shampoo. And then I use this one for conditioner. This is the scalp massager thing I was talking about. It's supposed to be good for hair health. And then I have this comb thing. So it's a wide tooth comb and then it's got the thinner ones so you can like detangle and stuff. I'm just gonna do this over the tub and then I have a few other creams and gels and stuff. But I don't do that until after I wash my hair. So like I said earlier, your hair is gonna fall out. Not a big deal. So I still have the oils in my hair, so I'm just gonna take this and like kind of rub them in. Any of the last bits or get in there extra. Then you're not supposed to use a ton of shampoo because it dries your hair out. I use about that much. And I tried to get it like sudsy before I put it in my hair, so that way I can like put it in different sections of my hair and it's not just in one section. But I can do like this and it gets in. Then you take this and you just do the same thing and that helps the shampoo clean better. And I don't put shampoo on my ends because that dries your ends out. So you just kind of let the shampoo from your scalp go into your ends and then rinse it out. That way your hair is still getting clean but it's not drying out the ends. I'm getting water outside the tub. For conditioner, it really depends on your hair texture. My hair is a little finer than normal curly hair, so I don't use as much conditioner as someone with like a lot curlier hair because it makes my hair too soft to hold the curls. So I just put about that much on, and I only put it on the ends. And then any extra that I have left over, I'll put it on like my roots and stuff. That way they get a little bit of moisture. But if you put a lot, that's gonna cause your hair to get greasy. So you're not supposed to put conditioner really on your roots. So I just put it like this. And now that it's on there, I take my comb and I go through section by section and kind of detangle. Because this is going to be the only time I brush my hair for the next like week. And you want to start at the bottom so the tension is off your head and like grab it strong so it's pulling just from here and not from your scalp, because if you start just at the top of your head, you're yanking on your hair and so you have more of a chance of hair loss by doing that, and like not healthy hair loss, you're just damaging your hair follicle. So after you like detangle the whole thing, I take the lighter end and then I just kind of brush through the whole thing to make sure I didn't miss any like small tangles. And you can do this because you've already gotten rid of like the big ones, but if you feel like a knot like that, don't yank it. Hold it there and then like you can go through it like you were earlier. And I like to brush it from both sides so that way you're not just detangling one side of your head. And like I said, hair fallout is going to be very normal. I've gone probably 2 weeks, if not a little longer, because we got off tour. I only washed my hair once on that tour, and I just haven't washed it since we got back home. So it's been a little longer, so that's why this is more hair fallout than usual, but that's just because I haven't brushed my hair in such a long time. And I've been putting it in buns and stuff, and so the hair has nowhere to fall. That's what I do to wash it. I used to have Olaplex treatments that I would do and moisturizing treatments that I do, but I try to only do those maybe once every couple of months now. I realized I was offsetting the protein and moisturizer rate of your hair. There's a balance to it and I was overworking both of them. I don't put as much product in my hair now, and so that's been helping. I know there's the curly girl method and stuff on YouTube that's supposed to be better for your hair, for curly hair. I don't follow all the rules anymore because I felt like they weren't doing 100% good. Normally you would apply your product till you're soaking wet hair, but now I squeeze out a lot of the excess water. I felt like it was just not like allowing the products to get into my hair, and it was just kind of sitting on top of it. And sometimes you have to shake it like this so it breaks up the curls so you can get more of the unnecessary water. This whole process is with your hair upside down. First one I use is this Mio Brazilian Curly Cream. Their products I like just because they have a lot of natural ingredients and they smell really good. This one's almost empty. So I don't see a ton of people talking about this brand unless it's them debating whether or not the rosemary oil actually works. But I really like this brand. I feel like they work really well with my hair since it's closer to wavy than like super tight curls. It definitely is kind of an in-between. It's not just wavy hair, but it's definitely not super curly hair. So I pretty much just like put this on my hair like this, and then once I feel like I've gotten most of the product off my hands, then I'll scrunch it so it works in the product. And if you're curious about the smell, this one smells like oranges. It's a very citrusy smell. And I normally am kind of iffy about citrusy smells, but this is a really good citrusy smell. I really like this one. So I just do that, and once all the product that's left over is off my hands, sometimes you get so stuck at the top you can't see the back of your head. But once all the excess product is off of my hands, then I use the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Mousse. And I didn't realize I was using this product wrong for like the past year. And I thought I just broke the bottle because I kind of broke the applicator, and I was like, oh, well, I just broke it. And it was just liquid, and I was like, well, I guess I'll just use it like that. You're supposed to let it sit in your hand for a second so it foams up. And I literally have just done this the past like 3 times I've been washing my hair because I didn't realize I was doing it wrong. So I just basically do that, and then I do the same motion where you just kind of like run your hands down your hair so that way it's gonna sit on top of your hair like this, but then you scrunch it in so it gets in your hair. And you don't want to overwork your hair because then it's just gonna be frizzy. So I try not to like constantly like scrunch. I just try to do bigger scrunches. I hold it for a little bit so it's like squeezed really hard. So I basically just try to do it until I can't see any product on my head. I don't have any on my hands. And then I use Not Your Mother's Curl Talk sculpting gel. And I put about that much on. I still am trying to find out if this is the correct ratio, because sometimes I use a little more, sometimes I use a little less. And if I use not enough, I have found that the curls will be kind of too soft and they'll fall by the end of the week. But then if I use too much, they'll be really crunchy, and it'll take like a week for them to stop being crunchy, and then I can wear them for the next week, so it's like a 2-week process. But if you get the perfect amount, it's like crunchy for the rest of the day after you like do this, and then that night when you sleep on it and stuff, you can wake up and put like a finishing oil on it and scrunch out the cast, and then it's like perfect curls. Something that I learned from YouTube, you want this sound. That means the product is going in your hair. If you don't hear that sound, you need to spray more water in your hair because your hair is too dry to work the product in. And then the last thing I do is I have this PTH Hot Commodity. It's just a heat protectant that has no parabens and no like bad ingredients for you. So I just spray that over my hair. And then I just scrunch it one more time to make sure the heat protectant is on all parts of the curl. What I used to do, I would take a bunch of tiny little clips now and just like oil my hair and then clip it up, and I would let it dry for the next day or two. But that was a very long process, and it was difficult to sleep in because
Jump scare.
it hurt your hair, and like if it got tugged the wrong way, it hurt. When it was done, your hair would be super curly, but I felt like I wanted a little bit of a looser curl, and so I needed like a day or two to weigh them down a bit. So now I have this. I still need to get a diffuser for it, but I haven't found one because it's such a small. I actually got this because Miss Lori let me use hers. It has a comb, and so you stick it to your roots once it's on, so that way you can dry your roots before the end. So I don't like using a lot of heat because I feel like that does still do a lot of damage to your hair, but I have been more open to it now recently. But I start with the cool settings, and then once I do a whole pass of cool, I'll do hot really fast, and then another pass of cool, and then hot really fast, and then be done. I target my roots first, and then I'll like do the ends, and then go back to my roots. Then I take that off, and this is still on cool, but I'll dry the ends a bit before I go in with hot. I don't have a diffuser, I just use my hand like a diffuser. hottest setting, so not just warm but hot, so that way I don't have to hold it as long. And then while I'm doing this, I also don't look in the mirror, because if I do, I will focus on trying to make my part look right, and then it looks really wonky. Now I go back to the cold setting. Also, now that it's a little more dry, I hold them for longer. I'm gonna go in with it hot one last time. Your hair doesn't have to be all the way dry. You basically just want your roots to be for the most part dry, and then like the rest of the ends can air dry for the rest of the day. I usually do this, and then I have a clip that I'll just like clip the roots up once I do this, so that way if anything is still a little bit wet, it'll dry with like a little extra volume. Okay, so this is what it's gonna like kind of look like once you're done. Like, it's not gonna be perfectly dry. Unless you want to do perfectly dry, then just do that a lot more time. And I just take a clip like this. Normally I like to use a smaller one, but I don't have any with me at the moment. Sometimes I'll like twist the front part a little bit because it has a tendency to just be flat. So I'll just leave it like that the rest of the day. So if you ever see me in videos or walking around like this, it's not because I like this style, it's because I just washed my hair. But yeah, then I just leave this for the rest of the day. If I've done it at night, I'll probably dry it a little bit more. I have this thing that I wear that you've seen in some videos. It's basically just a silk bonnet. So I wear this at night, and it's supposed to protect your curls. If you don't have curly hair, you can wear it too, but it's just supposed to prevent breakage of your hair. But I've also found that if your hair is freshly washed, it'll hold it like in a ball on your head, so the curls will be like tighter the next day and stuff. So I have this that I wear at night. I just got a bunch of like satin or silk scrunchies, so I use those, or clips like this if I want to put my hair up now. I don't use the rubber band things because those rip your hair out. That's kind of all I do. These parts are usually a little bit flatter, but once they air dry, they curl up a little more. But yeah, that's all of my hair routine. It's not like this super intense, crazy like 36-step process. It just takes a little bit of time because I have really long hair. So thank you for watching, and for everybody who has asked me to do a hair routine video, if you have any more questions about it, let me know in the comments down below. I'll answer them as soon as I can, and I'll have a list of the products I use in the description. I messed up earlier. I don't use jojoba oil in my hair. I'm pretty sure that's only for your skin. I use black castor oil, but there's a specific kind, but I'll put the specific one that I use in the description box, so if you guys want to use any of the products, you'll know which ones to use. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you're following me on all my social media at magdaleneroseofficial, and if you haven't yet, you can join me on Patreon. You can join me at patreon.com/magdaleneroseofficial to get sneak peeks at new music, to know release dates before everybody else, to get first grabs at merch, and all kinds of stuff like that. So if you haven't joined me on Patreon, it's patreon.com/magdaleneroseofficial. Everybody who is a current patron, their names will be at the end of the video on a screen. So thank you very much for those that do support me. Make sure you are following me because we have a lot of tour dates to announce soon, and we have a lot of news regarding music coming up soon. So definitely follow me, stay tuned. Oh, actually wait, next week's video, I got invited to a drive-in laser show, and I'm doing a giveaway for a ticket for somebody else to be able to go. So if you're watching this right now, go to my Instagram on Tuesday. I'm going to be posting all of the requirements to win the giveaway. But if you are in Florida, it's going to be in the Callahan area, which is northeast Florida. The ticket gives you one car. You can fit as many people in that car as you want. You can go to the drive-in laser show. Make sure to check my Instagram, magdaleneroseofficial, for all those details on Tuesday. Actually, also I have I have news regarding some more merch stuff that I will be doing with Chasing the Wind Apparel very soon. So definitely follow me and follow them to find out lots of exciting things for that. I think that is officially everything. I'll see you guys next week with another video. See ya!
It's just me and my monkey. Monkey doesn't wear any pants.
Monkey can really dance.